You're losing the war for your life before you even get out of bed. Every morning you reach for your phone, you're essentially giving the world permission to command your brain. You're letting the news, the thirst traps, and the emails tell your day what to look like. But 3,000 years ago, God asked a man named Job a question that reveals the secret to absolute mental dominance. Have you ever in your life commanded the morning? If you don't learn how to set the place for your dawn, you're just a passenger in a car someone else is driving. Most of us feel like life is just happening to us. We feel overwhelmed, distracted, and spiritually weak. We think the solution is a new app or more coffee. But in Job 38, we get a masterclass in perspective. We're going to look at the moment God stepped out of a whirlwind to remind a suffering man that the universe has an order, and that the morning is the seal that sets the shape of the day. By the end of this, you're going to have a framework to stop reacting to your life and start commanding it. We start with the text. God answers Job out of the storm and says, "Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man, I will question you, and you shall answer me." Stop right there. In our street talk terms, God is telling Job to level up his mindset. You can't command your day if you're acting like a victim. God starts hitting him with the physics of the universe. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Who shut up the sea behind doors? But then we get to the core of the commanding the day strategy in verses 12 and 13. God asks, have you ever in your life commanded the morning and caused the dawn to know its place? Think about that. The dawn doesn't know where to go unless it's told. In your life, the dawn is that first hour after you wake up. It's clay, as verse 14 says. It's soft. It's waiting for a seal. If you don't command, if you don't set your focus, your prayer, and your intention, the world will stamp its own seal on you. The algorithm will stamp its seal of lust and comparison on you. When you command the morning, the Bible says it takes hold of the ends of the earth and the wicked are shaken out of it. This is the shaking effect. When you start your day with high-level focus, you literally shake out the distractions. You shake out the anxiety. You make it so that the wicked thoughts, the lustful images, or the self-doubt have no place to hide. You've turned on the lights. Now we move into the second half of the chapter. God starts talking about the stars. Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? Can you loosen Orion's belt? Do you know the laws of the heavens? Can you set up God's dominion over the earth? This is the climax. This is where we talk about the law of dominion. God is telling Job that there are laws of the heavens that dictate how the earth works. In your life, there are laws of focus. If you break the law of focus by filling your brain with hypersexualized content at 8 a.m., you cannot expect to have the dominion of a king at 2 p.m. You've broken the law, and now you're paying the fine in the form of brain fog and weakness. God talks about giving the ibis wisdom and the rooster understanding. Think about the rooster. It doesn't wait for the sun to be high in the sky to start its work. It commands the dawn with its voice while it's still dark. That's your call to action. You need to retrain your focus by becoming the rooster. You speak your why while it's still dark. You redefine your goals before the rest of the world is even awake to tell you who you should be. The chapter ends with God talking about the wild animals, the lioness and the raven. He's showing Job that he provides even for the creatures that humans think are unimportant. If God is managing the feeding schedule of a mountain goat, don't you think he has a plan for your business, your purity, and your relationships? But you can only see that plan when you stop arguing with the whirlwind and start listening to the Creator. You weren't born to be a victim of your impulses. You were born to command the morning. Stop letting the day happen to you. Use the first hour to set the seal on the clay of your life. Shake the wicked out of your headspace and step into the dominion God already laid out for you. If you're ready to actually command your morning, watch this next video on the 3-step prayer routine that shakes the distractions out of my head every single day.